Syracuse magazine with Blake from Devour the Day. It's great to see you today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So we hear you have a new album out called S.O.A.R. Can you tell us what it stands for?
Yeah, it's an acronym for Suffer, Overcome, and Recover, which for us is a testament to the making of this last record. So we had a lot of snags along the way, a lot of issues internally as far as putting together material, and at one point we had finished the record completely and turned it over to the label, and the label was like, "Oh, this is great, we've got our single, everything's fine." But Joey and I still felt like something was missing, and I think it was because while we were creating, we weren't communicating, we weren't seeing eye to eye, we were disagreeing on a lot of stuff, and to us it was like something was missing from the record. And so we went home after a tour, and the label called and said that you have some more recording budget if you want to go track any more songs. And so naturally we were like, yeah, that sounds great, of course we'll do that. So we went back to the studio and we wrote 2 songs. Actually, before we went, we stayed at home and we put together 2 songs in 2 days. And the first song was called The Bottom. The second song was called S.O.A.R, which is the album track for the record. So we sent that off to the label and everything, and our management, and both of them were like, "This is it. This is gonna make the record. We're gonna call the record S.O.A.R." We were like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." So we found the title track for the record. We found the actual title for the record, and the first single was going to be S.O.A.R and everything. So we went back and we tracked it, and we put it in with the record, and everybody was really happy. And then the label sat with our record for a little while and decided that Lightning in the Sky was the first single of the record, which was exciting for us because it was a turn from how we envisioned our band as far as, with this new record coming out. But it caught on, and it went up the charts, and the people responded to it very well. And we're talking about a second single right now, and we're not sure exactly which one it's going to be, but we're excited to release it.
We're excited as your fans to have that out for us to listen to and enjoy. We see you're on tour this summer. How long does the tour go for?
We're going to tour off and on for the rest of the year. I think that we'll pretty much be on tour forever.
Forever. That's great.
If we can.
We like that.
We don't mind. We love doing it, and it's a lot of fun. And we're realizing with this last tour that we have a lot of friends everywhere. We mostly spent our time opening for bands, and so this is one of our first headlining tours that we've done, and we've had a great response, and people have come out and they're excited to see the shows, and of course we're excited to play them. We got a good show tonight here in Syracuse. We're pretty excited about it.
So the sophomore album, it is your sophomore album, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that went a lot more smoothly for you as far as getting it out and produced. What was the time frame on that?
I wouldn't say
it came out pretty quickly.
Well, it did in the sense that our first record was, we were dealing with our previous band breaking up, and so we were writing about that, and we were writing for that old band at the time. And then when we realized we were working on another record, or another band, in fact, we were like, "Oh, great! This is the last thing that we need, to start all over." But we did, and we were happy to do it. Now, hindsight, we're glad that we made that decision, and we're excited about our future, and we miss our old band because it made us who we are, and we respect it. But this band it means more to us personally, and what we write about, and the music itself is a little bit closer to home. And so on the second record, we in between we did a song called Faith, and we went in to record the song, and we were just writing. We weren't thinking, "Oh, we'll have a song to come out. This is a new single that we're working on." We were just writing a song, and we put it together so quickly. It was the fastest that a song was tracked and ready to go in our career. So when we were finished, our management suggested that we just put the song out, and that we were working towards another record, but just put the song out right now, and whether or not it actually makes the record or not, it'd be a pretty cool in-between song. So we released a song called Faith almost a week after we finished recording it, which is crazy to me, because usually you finish a record and then they're like, okay, we're gonna release the record next year, we're gonna put everything out, you know, a single of like 6 months from now. So it being so quick, just 1 week, it was pretty nuts, but it got a great response, and it allowed us to tour off of that, which was great, and gave us some extra time to put the second record together. And so I would say that this record was a little bit more, it pulled a lot on Joey and I as a co-writer. It pulled a lot on our friendship and our ability to work together, because there was so much pressure to make sure that it was the record of our lives. And that's the way that everybody that surrounds a band that is leaning on them to have a successful record, everybody looks at you like you have to do a good job, or else we're all going home, you know, and that sucks. So we took that and we did the best that we could, and being best friends with your co-writer, you know what pushes their buttons, and you know how to get under their skin, and if you have a disagreement on something that you wrote, you can't help but take it personally, because, you know, you're a person, and how do you tell your best friend that sucks, you know? And you just don't want to, you know. It's like you would rather just say, okay, let's keep going, rather than, you know, speak your mind. So it's a very, very, very complicated relationship, but we went through it, and we wrote a bunch of songs that you could hear us disagreeing on on what it should sound like to me, you know. And none of those songs obviously made the record, but there's really cool stuff in there, so we'll save it for later. But
well, it literally sounds like you guys were working it all out.
Yeah, we
can
did.
Hear that in the music.
S.O.A.R is about that, suffering, overcoming, and recovering, and not only recovering, but also thriving at the end. Like, you know, going through something with your brother and realizing that you had to go through it because it made your relationship, your friendship, your bond stronger.
Very good. I read that you worked with Rob Caggiano from Volpe on one of the tracks.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, we went to New York. We signed a publishing deal, which not many people really understand what a publishing deal is, but basically you sign the right away for them to be able to use your song in commercials and movies, and place it in all these different places, things that generate money for the artist. Well, we signed a deal with them, and one of the benefits of doing that is that it allowed us to work with their other artists. And so, I guess, in long story short, they put us in a room with Rob, and 2 days later we wrote Lightning in the Sky together, and it was a really, really, really great moment. I learned a lot about Joey and I's abilities in a situation like that, working with somebody that obviously has written so many great songs and such a great guitar player, and I'll never forget, he leaned over to me and he was like, "Man, you think too much." And I was like, "You're right. I do think too much," because I was really worried about, you know, singing this part in the song and everything. And he's just like, "You gotta relax." And so, you know, that experience, you know, obviously, you know, has stuck with me.
Influences. What are some influences that help you guys along your journey?
I'd say just about everything that we listen to, you know.
What do you listen to? What's in your CD player right now?
Well, I don't have a CD player.
Your
CDs
iPod?
are on my phone. I just bought the new Blink-182 record. It's pre-ordered. It hasn't come out yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. And
they're coming to the amphitheater this year as well.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Yeah, that's great. That's great. I really like 90s music, and anything that reminds me of 2000s and 90s music is always going to be, you know, anything that comes out now, I'll be, you know, waiting in line to get it, you know. But I would say from the actual music that I've physically bought in the past like 6 months, I bought, let's see, A Day to Remember, and Bring Me the Horizon, and Adele, I know that's weird, but it's not really that weird because it's really good music. So
It is really good music.
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
21 Pilots, I would feel like that for myself, and I think I speak for the rest of the band, Joey as well, that we are always influenced by people that don't seem to give a shit. You know, they do whatever they want to do, you know, and that's always inspiring to us because there are so many people that are playing it safe and copying music, and I just feel like the artists that do their own thing are the most inspirational.
Well, it was a pleasure catching up with you today, Blake. So glad
Thanks.
we could sit and talk about the new album and what's going on with Devour the Day.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys have a great show tonight. Can't wait to see it.
It's going to be fun.
And enjoy your tour.
Blake Allison from Devour the Day, here with Fuze magazine. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.